Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich. It's a financial book built on a pretty wild idea that you should actually spend more money, not less. It's a no-nonsense system that kind of flips everything we've been taught about budgeting and wealth on its head. So the book kicks off with this really blunt question to point out a huge trap we all fall into with personal finance. See, we love chasing what sounds sexy, talking about the hottest new stock or crypto or trying to time the market. But Sethi's point is, building actual wealth, it's kind of boring. It's all about consistency, not cocktail party conversation starters.
It's just like dieting. We get so caught up obsessing over these tiny details. Are lattes the reason I'm broke? Is this the absolute perfect week to buy an index fund? This paralysis by analysis feels like we're doing something, but it stops us from tackling the real wins. The real progress comes from a few big actions that once you set them up, just do all the heavy lifting for you.
And this quote, it really gets to the heart of the book's whole philosophy, what he calls the 85% solution. It just means it's so much better to get started and be mostly right than to wait around forever for some perfect plan that you never actually start. Taking action, even if it's imperfect, is always going to beat standing still. Okay, so if we're not supposed to be debating all the tiny details, what are we supposed to do? Well, the first big pillar of the system is to completely rethink budgeting. Forget tracking every single penny in a spreadsheet you know you're going to ditch in a week. The goal here is to figure out how you can spend extravagantly on the things you truly, deeply love. And you gotta understand, this is a huge distinction. Being cheap, that's about cutting back on everything. Buying the bad coffee, the terrible toilet paper, and just feeling miserable about it all. Frugality is totally different. It's about deciding what you actually value. Maybe it's travel or dining out or a specific hobby, and then funneling your money there while just ruthlessly cutting cost on all the stuff you couldn't care less about. This right here, this is the key rule. You get to decide what your rich life looks like. So if that means you love high-end fitness classes, great, spend a ton of money on them. It just might mean you don't really care about having the latest iPhone or a brand new car. The whole point is you make these trade-offs consciously, ahead of time, and you never have to feel guilty about it. And here's the actual framework for it. The conscious spending plan. It's super simple. You take your after-tax pay and you divide it into 4 buckets. About 60% for your fixed costs, rent, utilities. Then a non-negotiable 10% goes straight to your long-term investments. Another 10% for your savings goals, like a down payment or a big vacation. And that last 20%? Well, that's your guilt-free spending money. You can blow it on absolutely anything you want. Yeah, you heard that right. $21,000 on bars and restaurants in 1 year. So how on earth is that even possible without feeling totally irresponsible? It's because he knew his other buckets, his 401k, his Roth IRA, his savings were already taken care of. The system was on autopilot, which of course brings us to the second pillar. So conscious spending tells you where your money should go. Automation, well, that's the engine that actually sends it there every single month without you even having to think about it. It's what builds your wealth in the background while you're out there actually living your life. So why is automation such a game changer? Because it unleashes the incredible power of compounding. Let's say you invest just $1,000 when you're 25. That money doesn't just grow. Its earnings start to earn their own money. In a regular savings account, that grand might turn into $3,000. But if it's invested in the market, it can explode to over $21,000. That's the kind of power you unlock when you automate. Okay, great. So where does all this automated money actually go? Well, you don't just guess. You follow a really clear step-by-step priority list that makes sure you're getting the biggest bang for your buck and minimizing your risk. This money ladder is all about putting things in the right order. So first things first, you get your company's 401k match. It is an instant 100% return on your money. It's literally free money. You have to take it. Next, you attack any high-interest debt, like on a credit card, because that's just killing your returns. And only then do you move on to funding a powerful account like a Roth IRA for all that sweet tax-free growth. And, part of this whole automated system actually involves something that might surprise you. Using credit cards, not cutting them up into tiny pieces.
They're actually an essential tool for building your credit score, racking up rewards, and making it super easy to track your spending. But, and this is a very, very big but, you absolutely have to use them the right way. And believe me, the danger is real. Missing just one payment is a total disaster. Your credit score can plummet by over 100 points, your interest rate can suddenly jump to a crazy 30%, and it can even trigger rate hikes on your other cards. This is exactly why automating your payments to pay off the full balance on time every single month is completely non-negotiable. So once your payments are on autopilot, you can start to optimize things. And the best part is the book gives you the exact scripts to use. You can literally just call your credit card company and ask them to waive a fee or lower your interest rate. And you'd be surprised how often it works. And then if you're debt-free, asking for a credit limit increase can actually boost your credit score because it lowers how much of your available credit you're using. Okay, so you do all this work, you set up your conscious spending plan, you get your finances automated, so what? What's the point of it all? What's the actual payoff?
The payoff is freedom. It's really that simple. It's the freedom to make your own choices. It's being able to quit a job you hate, or travel the world, or maybe start a business, all because your life decisions are being guided by what you want, not by what you owe. That's what having your money system on autopilot really gives you back. It gives you back your life.
And really, that's what it all comes down to. This book isn't trying to turn you into some finance nerd who's obsessed with spreadsheets. It's about building a simple, strong system that just runs itself in the background so you can spend your time and your energy on the things that are actually truly important to you.
Because in the end, a rich life is deeply personal. For that one guy, it was spending 21 grand a year going out. For someone else, it might be leaving a 9-to-5 to travel. The whole point of this system isn't just to manage your money, it's to give you the power to define and then fund whatever that rich life means to you. That's the heart of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And that's it for this explainer.